Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session of the Accra Indie Film Festival's conversation with the filmmakers. So we are having conversations tete-a-tete and also getting to know about their films. And by they, I mean the filmmakers who have their films in this year's festival. And we have one of those filmmakers here today. She's KERTTU MÄTTÖ, and she's going to be having a conversation with me. Just tell us about her life as a filmmaker, and then also talk to us about her film. So you're welcome, KERTTU.
Thank you. Very nice to be part of the festival.
Yes, so we are always happy to have you here. So you are representing Finland.
Yes, yay.
Yes, so Finland is in the building, and so I'll go straight into reading her bio quickly. But before that, don't forget the festival is going to be airing from the 31st of July till the 5th of August. So it's going to be at Alliance Française. So I'll encourage you all to come around. We're going to be having film screenings and so many other programs that you don't want to miss. And this film is definitely going to be one of those films showing as well. So a bit about KERTTU, and KERTTU MÄTTÖ is studying at the Metropolia University of Applied Sciences in Film and TV department. In her studies, she focuses on cinematography, but is also interested in directing. Her love of visual storytelling has sustained throughout her life. KERTTU has a degree in sociology and has been traveling around the world before finding her way to the film industry. She feels it is a privilege to explore and reconstruct the world she sees around her. And we're going to be talking about her film, Our Life Through My Eyes. So, once again, you're welcome, KERTTU.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so first of all, what is the scene like in Finland? By the scene, I mean the film scene. What is the energy around Finland? You know, with the different industries have different energies. Maybe when you come to Accra, people say it's a bit chill. When you go to Lagos, people say it's fast paced. But what is the energy for the film industry there?
I think it's right now after coronavirus, it's quite busy, like not very well funded at the
Oh,
moment, and it's quite hectic. The timetables, they are very tight always, and but it's a good buzz. People like it, and there is a lot of new things happening. I feel all the Netflix and all the like these kind of things are changing the whole industry a lot, and it's exciting, and all these new equipment coming in. So yeah, I think it's very lively scene at the moment.
okay, that's nice to hear. And what is your journey as a filmmaker? I know you are currently studying in the film and then
Mhm.
TV department, but what has been your journey and why did you decide to study for film?
It was actually like after 1 week workshop that I decided this. I was like you said from my bio, I've been traveling around the world and I've been doing other things, social work, and then I was kind of not happy of what I was doing. I wanted to do something more creative, and I had been doing some acting in short films, and then
Oh,
I went to this workshop and I was like, yeah, I want to try the other department than acting. And then I
mm,
tried and I was like, this is like so much fun and this is something I'm good at. So I applied to this like 1 year program
mm.
after like 2 weeks from the workshop, and I got in, and then I was there, and then I applied to university, and then now I'm finishing my studies there next year. So
Oh, congratulations.
pretty
And
quick decision.
yes, yes, that's an interesting one, and I've heard a lot of stories that people found their way in film. Others too were born into it because maybe the families have done it. But it's just so interesting to
Yeah.
see the different kind of. But for you, it was just 2 weeks workshop, and then this is it for me. I'm going into it. And what would you say the? I mean, you mentioned earlier that the funding is not so much at the moment, but
Mhm.
how would you get support to be able to make the projects that you work on?
Well, for me as a student, we get things from the school,
Hmm.
and then we have other forms of funding in Finland. for anyone to apply. And that's basically how we get most of the funding. And then, of course, some of the national TV might buy some things, but usually it's like you apply for funding and you get it or you don't.
Right. And I'm sure as students, you all collaborate. Okay, I'm making a film. Can you act for me? And then maybe collaborate with some of your colleagues as well. Yeah.
Yes. And also people, professionals, they are very helpful with students. They want to help and they want to participate and they want to come acting and they are cheering for us students.
Oh, that's very, very nice. And is this the first project that you have worked on as a director? Is this your directorial debut?
Yes.
Congratulations on that one. And
Thank you.
apart from the Accra Indie Film Festival, have you been able to take it on any rounds yet? What was the feedback that you got?
Oh, well, the feedback has been good, but of course it's a little bit sensitive topic for some
Yeah.
people. So I think it's not for everyone for sure. And I have, to be honest, I was quite lazy sending my film last year. So now I went on with it and did more. I did send it to a lot of festivals, including Accra India Film Festival, and now I'm still waiting for replies. Unfortunately, I haven't got selected yet to other ones, but also most of them I'm still waiting for the answers. So I only started the distribution quite recently.
Okay. And we hope that you are able to get into multiple others. But then a topic like depression or mental health generally, like you said, it's not for everyone. But then what was your motivation for picking this particular topic?
Well, I was in a relationship with the person with mental health issues, and the other screenwriter was also in the same situation. So we talked about it, and I felt like it needs to be discussed somehow that is not from the perspective of that person who is suffering from the issues, but from the close people around them, because that's something you don't often see. And for me, it felt like there was another, like a soundscape that came into the live that was not like my partner's fault or my fault, and we couldn't decide when it went on and when it went off. And I was like, we need to, somehow address this as a more neutral grounds, not like, oh, someone's bad because they are having mental health issues, or someone's like sad or less or more, but it's just like it just is there and we both suffer from it.
So that was like a something that bonded the two of you and then also provided the platform that, hey, you know what, we are filmmakers. Let's talk about these things that people don't usually talk about. And then I really like the angle, like you mentioned, it's more about the partner of the guy suffering from the depression, and she was looking at it, and we get to see her perspective, feel her, her pain and everything. And I'm sure people are going to relate to it. So if you're watching this right now, I'll urge you to come and watch the screening. The particular dates will be out on the social media, so you can come and watch the film. And believe me, you're going to learn a lot. This is a rather more personal question, but then how are you able to remove yourself from that situation and then see that this is actually an opportunity for you to help others?
Well, actually, what happened was that I did break up from my partner then, but I didn't want that to be in the movie because I don't think that's the solution. And that was also not the particular reason for the breakup. So I was like feeling it's not the thing, but it helped because I wasn't in the situation anymore. I was kind of like processing my past while making it. But it was surprisingly easy. And of course, with the friend who was the screenwriter, and she also was the main role, the woman. So we kind of kept talking through the whole process about our feelings and how we see this, and we kind of dealt with it together.
That's the beauty of filmmaking, just relating with people that you may not even understand or know that these people are suffering the same things with you. But hey, that's just life for you. How long did this film take from conception to pre-production, production, and now that we are here, I mean, we are here at a distribution stage, but then how long did it take in production?
It was like, let's say less than a year, but it was not a school project. It was like made with school's equipment and the production company, but it was like on top of other classes. So we basically made it in the afternoons, evenings, and in the weekends because it was not part of the program at the time. So it did take a long time for a short film because we had to do other films during the day and then
Right.
that one in the evening. But it was roughly a year. Yeah.
Wow. For a short film, one would think, oh, short film. So it sounds like a short period of time. But
Yeah.
then look at the amount of work that went into it. And what were some of the challenges that you faced while you were shooting? I mean, apart from the fact that you had to take all that time, what were some of the other unique challenges that you faced on this particular film?
Well, maybe it was not about how to not shame someone from having depression,
Mm.
or we didn't want to have too much like, because now it's a woman and a man. We didn't want that to be the case that, oh, okay, this is how a man behaves with depression, or this is how a woman behaves with depressed partner. We wanted it to be neutral, like despite the gender, this is how people feel, and this is how relationships work. And yeah, that was one of the issues.
Right.
Yeah. And then the time was other one to get
Yeah.
everyone on board after school.
Right, I can imagine. Oh, please stay over. We're just going to take a
Yeah.
few minutes, and by the time we
Yeah.
realize we're eating into the night.
Yeah.
Yes, and then how are you able to manage all of that? I mean, you have some people who might be grumpy and be like, oh, I'm going, I'm leaving, like I can't do this anymore. But how are you able to manage the crew and the cast? I mean, considering
Maybe
that you weren't really paying them, or I mean, how are you able to
no.
manage that?
I think I maybe it was my excitement. Like maybe I need to ask from the crew, but now a lot of them are still working with me with other films, so I guess
Great,
it
great.
wasn't all bad.
Right,
So, but
right.
I think mostly it was because I was so excited and I was so like, let's do this. This is awesome. And they got on board. They were like, okay, yeah, let's do something nice.
I'm glad that you're working with some of them still. And so, I mean, apart from this particular project, other projects that you've worked on as you were in school, you mentioned about films that you were working on before you closed school and work on this one. But are those particularly your films or like group projects?
Well, I did another short film, but it was a documentary. I directed it quite much at the same time as this one, so I had like two films ongoing, and it's now also on distribution and gotten into some festivals, but I'm still also waiting for other replies. And now I'm working on my thesis movie, which is a long documentary, and we have won some prizes for the from a pitch
Nice,
competitions
nice.
already. So we have some nice sets for finishing the movie.
Yeah, we can't wait to see it. Are you willing to just drop a teaser so that we know what it's about?
Well, it's about Finnish daycare, which is in crisis. So I don't
Hmm.
know like how it's gonna reflect other countries, but hopefully it's a good story for everyone. But it's a lot of troubles in the daycares, and the children are facing a challenging future in Finland, I would say.
Very interesting. Yes, it is specific to Finland, but I'm pretty sure that even in Ghana, there's some way
Mm.
that we would relate to it. Because, for instance, over here, our orphanage system is in crisis, and that's something
Mm.
that we are hoping to revive. So we're not really having the best of management systems. So
Right.
it's something that we can also still relate to no matter what. So
Yeah.
guys, so if you are watching this and you are still contemplating, do I come, do I not come, this alone should tell you that you should come and watch all the films that we have about filmmakers, amazing documentaries, short films, the whole works. And it's all going to happen from the 31st of July until the 5th of August 2023. So our live through my eyes is also going to be screening, so we wouldn't want you to miss any of it to come around. And we have the director here sharing her story. So when you're not a student, when you're not a filmmaker and all the technical bits, what do you like to indulge in? What does KERTTU do?
Well, I like to do aerial acrobatics. So I do acrobatics with
Oh,
the long silk ropes.
silk ropes. Oh,
And then
that's
I also like to surf. And that's one of the reasons why I sent this movie to Ghana, because we were talking with my partner that we would come to Ghana to surf. But
yeah,
unfortunately, we didn't quite find the
oh.
money, but next year maybe.
Oh, we hope to have you next year. Oh, it would have been nice to have you here. But regardless, the film screening is going to happen, and we're excited to have your film on there. So, I mean, if someone is watching right now and just wondering to themselves, should I come and watch this film? I mean, because it's on a sensitive topic, yes, but then it's definitely something I think that everybody can take and everybody can at
Mm.
least learn from in one way or the other. What will be the take home from the film?
I think it's we like I talk that movie talks about depression and we've talked about depression, but it doesn't have to be depression. It can be whatever uh, difficulties one has in one's life and how it feels, how it also affects for the someone who is around that person, and
Mm,
how hard it is sometimes to hold your own emotions because you
mm,
see someone else is suffering more than you are at the moment. I think that's something we all experience like in life quite a lot actually, and that's
mm.
something I hope people can take and they can sort of see outside their own bodies and feel like, okay, this is how the other person might be feeling when I am feeling down.
So you had this order from KERTTU. So come around and watch the film. And we want to say thank you. Thank you, KERTTU, for being here with us
Thank
today and
you.
for speaking to your film. We wish you all the very best as you graduate next year. And we can't wait to
Yay.
see other projects from you. Hopefully in the coming years of the festival, we'll definitely see more projects. So thank you all for
Thank you.
watching. I am your usual suspect, your usual host, Alice Johnson, and this has been a great session with KERTTU representing Finland this year at the festival. So I will see you in our next session when we get to talk to other filmmakers. So stick and stay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.